Excellent.
Ah, there we go.
The James Bond chord.
Or,
Oh, that's another one. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
this guitar sounds magnifico. So
Thank
does
you.
that one. What have you been up to? Are we on? Are we cruising?
we're doing something, I don't know. But it's early enough that the coffee's still just kicking in.
Indeed, congealing.
Yeah.
The low end on this thing is thunderous.
Well, thank you, I appreciate
And I
it.
dig that. It's rattling polyp several counties over. That's probably a visual you didn't need.
I didn't really need that one, but I'll take it anyway.
So these are brand new for this year? New creations
is.
from Andy Unlimited Powers, as I like to call you?
Yeah, it's kind of the next practical step in our line of guitars as we move towards a more sustainable future, even.
Right.
Because the point is, when we look forward at what wood will be like in 20 years or 40 years, you think, well, I know the condition of the maple forest here in the domestic U.S. I can count on that. I know that'll be around. You know, in the future, we could even do something like what you could call farm-to-table guitar making, where we've actually been working with Steve McMinn, who's spearheading this a project to plantation grow guitar-specific maple trees. You know,
Very
doing things like
interesting.
that, where you go, wow, I have actual guitar wood that's being grown just to build guitars
Specifically
out
for
of.
guitars, yes.
I probably won't see it in my lifetime, but maybe in my son's lifetime, that'd be something that would be great.
Yep.
And so knowing that, well, if I want to build more maple guitars, that means, hey, I need to build more maple guitars.
Right.
And if I'm going to do that, I want it to be a more gratifying experience as a player. So taking that as the starting point, I approached these guitars going, okay, this is Sitka spruce, it's domestic maple, and ebony from our own ebony project in Cameroon.
Right.
Okay, so lots of the same refinements that went into the 800 series, those are in this guitar, but redesigned as a maple-specific
Got it.
approach. So most notably, the bracing architecture for every one of these shapes has changed. You know, on all of the guitars, other than the grand orchestra, the braces don't even extend all the way to the rim of the instrument on the back. There's some significant changes to work better with maple, because for many players, myself included, maple it's kind of like a niche sort of sound. It's a lot of people will find it too bright
Right.
or somewhat limited usage, and in a lot of ways, that's because we haven't treated it fairly.
Okay.
Because the way that steel string guitars have always been made is in factories. You know, even back in the 20s, this was a factory-built instrument.
Right.
And so what a factory would do is they'd take their design that they had intended for rosewood or for mahogany, take the rosewood or the mahogany off and put maple in its place, and expect it to sound and work the same?
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
Indeed.
You know, you're a big, tall guy. I can't fit your jacket.
This is true.
It's not going to work
It would be
right.
a good look, though.
It would, but
I know what you're saying.
it's not the right fit. So I designed these guitars with maple-specific architecture in mind. I did some other things. This is some people will call it torrefied. It's really a high-temperature roasting process.
Okay, yep.
It's like baking cookies.
Right.
You know, so I've done that to the top because I like the response that I get out of that, particularly with maple. The back and sides I've treated to a special kind of a long seasoning process to make them really stable and increase their resonance. Super, super thin finish, like the 800 series.
Okay.
But now, with a hand-rubbed stain that we've worked out. This is a real old technology to go all the way back into kind of 1920s style way of coloring something, because I didn't want to just spray more finish on it and change its color that way. That's not going to work. That's not appropriate for this. So this is a real labor-intensive hand-rubbed process that gets this ultra, ultra thin finish.
Cool.
The guitar, the braces, the bridge, those things, they've been put together with traditional protein glue.
Okay.
So literally every material component of this guitar, again, as it's out on the workbench, every part of it got examined and looked at to make sure that it was as good a guitar as it could possibly be.
I think success is at hand.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. The thing that I love about maple is that it's completely player reflective. So the way that you play it is the way it sounds.
Right.
Now,
I get it.
if I play it bright, it's going to be bright.
Right.
If I play it dark and warmly, it's going to be dark and warm. And you'll hear throughout the whole guitar a bit more richness, a bit more complexity, longer sustain, a little more carrying power, those kind of traits. Because like I said, I wanted it to be a more gratifying playing experience for a broad range of players.
Success is at hand, my good man. The
I'm
800s I thought
trying.
were killer, and then you got these now. So it's fun. We've been getting them in at the at Wildwood and been doing some videos, and every time it's definitely. I'm noticing great thunderous tones that I always liked Taylor's before, but since you've come on board, I got to be honest, it's really slamming it home, my friend.
Well, thank
and
you.
I'm not just schmoozing you, doggone it.
You're schmoozing. I can smell a rat.
Wait a minute. No, really good stuff. Really excellent.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And thanks for taking the time for talking to us.
You
today,
bet.
Giving us the lowdown. Always a pleasure. You're a great
Always.
player as well as a manufacturing mogul.
Wow.
I don't even know what that means, Andy. I don't know.
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure.
The caffeine is to blame, rest assured.
Yeah.
But thank you
We'll
very
take
much.
it.
Always a
You bet.
pleasure.
Likewise.
Have fun. We'll see you cats in the flippity flop. Greg Koch here in the Taylor booth. We'll see you cats later.